Greetings, friends. How are you doing today? I have a few questions for you today. Couple questions for you. First question: how would you feel if a child that you love, perhaps your own child or your niece, nephew, your friend's child, born without ear or hearing apparatus? Quite a pronounced adversity, wouldn't you think? Second question: have you ever feel that you have something different than other people? And perhaps it's not having ear or hearing apparatus, but something else that different than other people that make you feel disadvantaged. And that could be again something else is that is not physical. And if you have ever feel that you have something different than other people, and perhaps it is not everybody else is in your field has certain degree or certifications and you don't, and or somebody everybody else speaks five languages and you only speak two, or something else, then what do you do? What do you do in that to turn around your pronounced disadvantage or possibly pronounced disadvantage into something that that is not only not going to hinder you, but actually something that benefit you? What can you do to turn around your disadvantage to become gift? And this week, we're going to share a few steps of this, a few key points that I have learned through my own life experience, but also new things that as I synthesize it to make it even easier and a whole lot more fun doing that versus the way that many of us, you perhaps has done this, but with a lot of fight and a lot of strife, and doing it and seeing it in a slightly different arrangement, so to say, can actually make it a whole lot easier. And so, what can you do to turn your disadvantage into a gift? The first step actually is to see it as a gift. Yes, to see your disadvantage, your unique disadvantage. And the unique disadvantage could be something again physical, and but it could also be something completely different. Perhaps you have been a business person all your life and now you want to do science. That could be a unique disadvantage comparing to somebody else's that who has been doing science all along, right? And then perhaps the disadvantage is you would love to be doing certain physical activity, and at the same time you're not built like everybody else. Let's say you want to swim and a lot of swimmers are lean and slim and you have more stocky figures and that could be seen as a disadvantage. And it's very easy, isn't it very amazing? Have you ever seen this where people, you read it or you hear it of people says, do not compare? Coaches and therapists and everybody said, don't compare, it's not good for you to compare. There is even a term of comparison despair. Don't compare. And have you ever have a time in your life where you hear that and you say, yeah, I got that, it's not good to compare, and for whatever reason I just cannot stop comparing. I just feel disadvantaged compared to everybody else. If you have, you're not alone, because I definitely been in that shoes for many, many, many years prior to learning all these things. And it was not a fun place to be. It wasn't a fun place to be. You might not find it to be a fun place to be either. And that's why we're going to share with you this week on ways to be able to still succeed, but with a lot more fun and a lot more ease, actually. Something that will make you feel good from the get-go, not okay, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And it's something that many of us, you might have done this the way I did it in the past. I'm like, okay, there is this advantage, but you know what, I'm gonna be I will power to, I can do this, I can do this. And many people do, but that was a lot lot of energy. There's a lot of heartache. There's a lot of pain. How about if we do things a lot more ease and a lot more fun, allowing you to thrive a lot more easier. And the first step is truly see it as a gift. And you might say, okay, that's a heck a lot of easier said than done, and it might sound that way. But there are people. I actually these ideas come to me as I've been studying Napoleon Hill the last couple months. I've been looking back at Napoleon Hills, and Napoleon Hills, the example I have for today is Napoleon Hill's son. Actually, Napoleon Hill's the authors of Science of Getting Rich, which is a very renowned personal development book. His son, his youngest son, was born without ears or hearing apparatus. No external ear or hearing apparatus. And being Napoleon Hill, he told this son, since the very day he was born, that him not having ears is actually a gift. A gift. Because he has no ear, he's going to be the teacher's pet. The teachers will pay extra attentions for him. You know, people will pay attentions to him, and it's a good thing to have people pay attentions to you. Well, heck yeah. I mean, a little kid walking down the road without ears, people will pay attentions. But he make the kid believe that it's a gift, because then people will be a lot kinder to him. He'll be able to do that. And because he have no ears, that just simply means he has something magnificent some other way. He will be so resourceful and this and that and he make that son believe before the son was even old enough to even be able to know that he has no ear, that it's a gift. It's a gift in multiple different way. And you might say, well, yes, I don't have Napoleon Hills as my father. Most of us, practically all of us don't, right? If Napoleon Hills your father is listening to this, please let me know. I would really, 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 really love to meet you. Anyhow, so if if you don't have people telling you all those life, then what are you gonna do? But there's still plenty of things you can do right here, right at this moment, given whatever the perceived disadvantage could be. And it could be for one of the persons I know, this person he initially was an attorney. And at some point he decided he's done being an attorney and he would love to become an artist. Well, his whole life he never paint. He was told he doesn't know how to paint. And he also would become a speaker and so forth. And he also doesn't know how to never done that his whole life. Well, compared to every other artist who's been painting since the age of 12 or something, or speaker that's been speaking, he definitely has a unique disadvantage, wouldn't it? It's good for him if he to decide to become an attorney, but now that will be a disadvantage. Well, it doesn't really matter. He actually used that as a unique strength point in some way or another. And talking about speaker, you might know Les Brown. Les Brown is a very well-known number one motivational speaker. Les Brown, growing up, being told he was dumb, the dumb twin, and Les Brown uses that to become a gift that power him and to use that as an example. Another speaker, the whole speaker today, another speaker I know, actually not able to read things line by line. Can you imagine this? Not able to read things line by line. So never mind having prompts or anything like that when you're speaking. Just couldn't read things line by line. And that could be a huge disadvantage if you gotta read scripts and everything else. Well, what she does is she put things that's supposed to be line by line in certain diagram that work for her, and turned out that was her major strength as speaker. This person is a well-known word speaker, and she put things in such a way that work for her, but it's also she make it work for the audience, and it make everybody just love her and very easy to follow and everything. you might have noticed that I speak with accent. And my English skill at some point in my life was told that it was too poor, that I should not consider doing certain thing in life, such as thinking about becoming a doctor in the country where English is the language. Hello. And so on and so forth. And then at some other point, it was told, well, many people have done this. Many people told me, you know what, you should just learn accent reduction because it will be easier for people to understand you and so on and so forth. I was like, I'm too lazy and too expensive. Anyhow, so what disadvantage come from having an accent? Speaking in a country, but at least when I'm in this country, or in England or Australia or Canada, in English-speaking country, well, one disadvantage is actually it helps the audience listen to me closer if you prompt them ahead of time. If you listen to this and you've ever been to my live speaking engagement, you typically I would have heard me say something in the vicinity, I speak with accents, therefore you gotta listen closer. Guess what? It's a benefit for a speaker when you prompt your audience to listen closer. And then not only that, in live speaking engagements, usually if you ever attend my live speaking engagement, I actually turn it into a joke, into fun, to make people laugh right away. And I am not kidding. So some of you might have been in my live speaking engagement. And so what uniqueness might you have? And perhaps you don't have the physical build. Perhaps you have history of 5 divorce in your lifetimes already, or 5 unsuccessful relationship. Perhaps it is something else that when you compare you to everybody else, as much as you understand to not compare, sometimes it's human to do that anyway, particularly it's something that pronounced to you. When you look around, you say, everybody else have this, but I don't. Everybody else don't have this, and I do. Something like that. Then what gift could you possibly see it? And even if you cannot see what the gift that come out of that yet, would you just allow yourself, I invite you to allow yourself to at least see it as a gift. When you are able to see it as a gift, it's opened up your mind, it's opened up and your energy, and allow you to be creative in many ways, the way I shared just now, and will let you to be able to say, okay, now I can think more clearly, and it will allow you to have a whole lot more peace of mind and ease. And ease versus I'm gonna power through this kind of situation. So what gift do you have? Even if you don't know yet how to transform it into something tangible, what uniqueness do you have that you have opportunity and potentials to turn into gift? Feel welcome to share that in the comment below if you like to. Feel welcome to reach out to me if you'd like to support how to use your uniqueness to make it make it a gift for you. So welcome to share your feedback in the comment below, or if you'd like to share this video. And this is Birgit, and I love you very, very much. I see that as you embrace whatever uniqueness that you have and use it as your power and turning it into your gift, not only you're going to succeed, you're going to succeed with a lot more ease and a lot more fun and a lot more joy, a lot faster too, typically, and creating a wonderful, beautiful, thriving life one day at a time, and a magnificent thriving life as a whole. And I look forward to see you again very, very soon, living your awesome blossom life.